But this is the World Economic Forum is what you're looking at. And this is called the Great Reset. Now, this guy is one of the main, he's a German, one of the main gentlemen that's a part of the launch session, which they had in June. And people are just picking up on something incredible that was actually said. So we're looking at about the 120 mark. And for the next 45 seconds, it gets really interesting. So just so you know, they're talking about Davos. The Davos is the World Economic Forum. It takes place in January every year. So it would be January 2021 when the next one would be. And they're talking about the Great Reset, which is the changing of the economy, the New World Order, essentially. But they don't term it that way. They term it social justice and the youth revolution. But he says something just extremely interesting in this video, and it's quite incredible. It's for those left behind is literally what he says. So we're going to listen to this, and it's just wow.
Summit devoted to the Great Reset. This summit will bring the decision makers physically to Davos, but it will be interconnected with the virtual twin summit, driven by the young generation, our global shapers. They will integrate over 400 hubs into the dialogue of Davos and ensure that the Global Reset Initiative is really forward-looking and takes into account the voices of all who are left behind.
I don't know if you heard that, but he said, we'll take into consideration the voices of all that are left behind. Wow, what is left behind? Is that rapture? Left behind from what? Generally speaking, when people talk about, the children left behind or some other statement, it's been about the economy, like the world economy has left the third world country or whoever poor, impoverished. But they're not talking about poverty here. They're not talking about a system that's already in place where people have been left behind. They're talking about the people that are left behind. The voices, we need to take in consideration the voices of all that will be left behind. From what? The rapture? I mean, it's just something else. Let's go back and listen. Listen to it again.
Takes into account the voices of all who are left behind.
Wow, I'm just floored by that. So this is a YouTube video, so you can see here, what it is. The Great Reset Launch Session 3, if you want to check it out. It's about the minute and hour 20 and about 30 seconds in, give or take a second or two. But it talks about, the meeting in Davos. And if you look at the current time we're in, everyone is talking about a full release of a coronavirus part of that system. But I just want to give a brief update, take a look at that. I was just wowed by it. For the voice for those that are left behind. I just don't know what else to say, about this. God bless.